Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Knyck Sports News. Today we'll, be remembering Kobe and, just talking about him. I'll be talking to a few people, um, and what Kobe meant to them, how much he meant to them, how they live through him or how he lives through them now. Kobe sadly passed Sunday morning, and randomly right now, Block hit me up right now, just called, and so he will be our first guest. And what up, Block?
What up? What up? What's going on?
But yeah, so yeah, you like we are saying, uh, you called me. It was Sunday morning, right? Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, man. I'm sitting there, get a text message, and I didn't believe it. Thought it was fake. Ignored it. I honestly thought it was gonna be a link to that Mandingo stuff that comes out. Something fake.
Yeah.
And so I ignored the text. And I get another text. And I'm like, yo, like what the heck? And I hadn't gotten no alerts from ESPN. Checking the NBA site, refreshing it every second, just spamming it, just nothing. So I'm like, this can't be real. Like this is fake. Checking news outlets, like I was pacing, like just pacing, and like didn't know what to do, and like didn't want to believe it. And the more and more that I kept refreshing my phone, the more posts I seen, and like I
Yeah.
just started calling people. I called you, called my brother, called my boy Alex. Just started calling everybody, man. Just trying to just I don't know. I wouldn't say like cope with it right away, but like just kind of get an understanding of, well, this is really happening. Like this is real right now. Like he's gone. Like, and it just hit, man. It hit hard. Like felt like
Dude.
I lost a brother. Like felt like I lost a family member, an uncle. Like it's rough. It's
Like,
still rough. Like I still don't believe it. Like I get up and turn
yeah,
my phone
same.
on and hope that it's just a dream and he's just really gone. Man.
I know. Yeah, like I mean, shoot, like Colin Coward is saying on his show yesterday, like we watched him grow up. Like he was a
Yeah,
17-year-old coming into the NBA in '96. Like
17-year-old with just big dreams, man.
yeah,
Work
then
and work and work and
like he was like
to come out.
Colin was saying like he was a basketball player longer than he's been alive. Like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
was 20 years in the NBA.
Just, I mean, just and how he came out, man, and just let it be known, like I'm chasing Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be better than him. Like he
yeah,
just had him in his sights, and like to come out and be that young and have no name really besides having a really good high school career and all that. Like not nothing collegiately, and just to call out Michael Jordan,
yeah,
like people were just like, this guy's crazy. Like who
yeah.
are you? You haven't done nothing yet. You're nobody. Like, and he did it, man. He did it and surpassed, man. Like I've always been a big argumentative person with like, oh, Kobe Shaq, or I'm sorry, Kobe Michael Jordan, and like who's better and this and that, and it's just Kobe was just it's almost like he wasn't human, man, and like how everybody's saying, like we felt like he was immortal, and I think that's why it's hard to believe because we still feel like, oh, we're gonna get a video of him saying, yo, I'm good, I was out here in this area where I had no service, or it's like just something
Yeah,
crazy, but it's
that's what I was checking for. Like, I went straight to his Twitter page. Like, there's no way. And then his last tweet was from the night when LeBron passed him,
yeah,
and I was like,
that's the move.
fuck, like, and like Ice Cube was on, I forget what show, but he was saying like he was on the Jump with Rachel Nichols, and
Yeah,
she was like, "What was the first thing you did?" He's like, "Honestly, text Kobe." Like he's like, I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
read
know
that.
he's a busy person, but he's like, I mean, he'd honestly he'd like it'll take a while for him to hit me back. He's like, but then I started seeing all the news and everything, and like that's us trying to like to hit up Kobe, like checking all his socials, like
Checking something just I'm still waiting. I feel like, man, I'm still waiting for something to come up, and it's I'm still in disbelief, man.
yeah, it's yeah, and
And then I mean, the thing with Kobe too is that you didn't have to be the biggest basketball fan. You didn't have to be the biggest Laker fan. You just
No, you knew
had to
him.
have you just had to have an understanding for the sport, and just to watch him and just see his drive and his love for the game, man. And
Yeah.
it was just inspiring, man. And into whatever it is that you did, man. Even if you were just a chef or fucking, you didn't even play basketball. You're just fucking. I can't even explain it, man.
Yeah,
It
that's. I
made you
mean,
want to be better.
that's
A
what
better
that
person.
the Mamba mentality commercial was. Like, he was telling
Yeah, exactly.
everyone, like, you don't have to be this. Like, just like
You don't have to
with
be
Kanye. Kanye's like, how many more records I need to break? He's like, more records.
exactly. Like he
Like,
just wanted people. I think his whole purpose was just to people to be better in general,
yeah, dude. Like,
in whatever.
all these young. I mean, like, they say like, oh, everyone's playing like Curry. Like, yeah, but who did Curry try to like? He's trying to work as hard as Kobe. Like, everything goes through Kobe. Like,
Yeah, and this is like literally like everybody that's coming up, man. They're like every story that they start with on Kobe is like, I wanted to be the first one in the gym, but as soon as I got there,
yeah,
the
Kobe
first
was
person
there.
I knew was
Yeah,
Kobe. Like he beat me there, and like it's crazy, man.
yeah. They think
I
he
forget
just
who it
got
was
there, but
exactly
he
he
was
was
there
talking
3 hours before that.
Yeah, and I forget who it was. I just seen it, and he's like talking and saying, oh, he was working out and he would do certain things, and that Kobe kept working, and then like later on he talked to him, and even though he was nobody, like he was like, I just didn't want you to feel that you could outwork me.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I just seen it, and I was just like, damn,
Ah,
like that's crazy,
shit.
like
Yeah, it was during like those shitty years too, I think.
yeah,
But yeah, dude, like, and like you said, it's like a family member that we lost. Like,
yeah, it's like it's just a piece of everybody, man. Like
yeah,
whether you adore them or not, like you just
and like,
it,
yeah, like Bill Simmons did like he was like, I never hated Kobe. Like, of course, being a Celtics fan, like, I rooted against him, but like, he's a big part of, like, I forgot who it was. Like, you can't talk about the NBA without Kobe. Like, there's no way.
exactly,
Like,
yeah, exactly, and it's
and seeing how like emotional Doc Rivers was,
yeah,
like playing against him in those what 3 or 4 championships,
yeah.
like
It's just
NBA finals, like,
you can
yeah,
just
like,
see it, man. You seen everybody, man.
yeah,
Everybody, like just it felt like they weren't even really playing. They were just going through the motions on Sunday.
yeah, yeah,
To see it, like even seeing like Tyson Chandler, like dude, he was fucking
dude.
fine, man.
Austin Rivers and PJ, yeah, that
Yeah,
picture of all three of them just like balling. I was like, oh
Larry Nance
shit,
too. Larry Nance, he had
yeah,
to leave the court and come back out, and it's
yeah,
just bad, man. Like even today's game being postponed, like it's just you could just see what he meant to
yeah,
basketball. It's more than a game, man. Like basketball and sports in general. Like so, that's what a lot of people that don't play don't understand. It's like even if you didn't go, to college or you didn't go pro, like it's still brotherhood. Like you don't understand the grind that people put in, and like the little bit that you do. And Toby did a lot for people, and that they don't really speak on.
yeah,
He did so much for people coming up. Like he wasn't afraid to help you grow while he competed against you, and that's what made him different from other people. He wasn't selfish in the game. Like he just loved it so much that he wanted everybody else to be as good as him, if not better.
yeah. And then yeah, I mean with fucking Gigi too, like she was
Yeah,
fucking balling, dude. Like
his that was him. That was him reborn again, man. It's just that's heartbreaking, man. Like just the kids in general, like those 13-year-olds,
yeah,
man. Like
all the little kids, the
three
parent,
babies
yeah.
lost, man. Like
And
just
my my coworker too, like brought it up. He's like, dude, like he's like they were just going like he's honestly like that would have been like a 15-minute drive, like if they would have just drove.
yeah,
And it was just like he was used to taking a helicopter, like it was just
yeah.
the
He didn't
same
like getting
old,
delayed.
same old, like fuck it, let's go, like
And not only that, like they were going to go do something that they loved. Like
yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
theirs.
Like
There's love, and like
he probably
a
was
lot
just
of the
like,
videos.
oh yeah, you guys need a ride? Like, nah, just come on, like just like an everyday thing, like he does every day. Just like
Yeah, but speaking on Gigi though, man, like watching videos of her, dude, like you could just see how much love and just how much she adored and
yeah, dude,
admired
like
her.
when I was at work and they're playing this 60-point game, like she's sitting right there on the sideline, like going crazy, like
Like their little handshake that they would do, you know, they like kissed and threw it up in the air, and like it was like heartbreaking, man, to see that. Like it's crazy, man. Like she wanted to be him, like better, like more than just he just loved watching her compete, and she was him, man.
yeah,
She was him, and just it's sad, man. That's sad. That was what was really even more like times 100, man. Was watching, you know, hearing the kids were there, like, you know, her
yeah,
daughter and then the other girls and then the other families affected. Like it's a big situation, and I felt like this brought people together like a lot, and that's what people aren't really paying attention to. Like he was a basketball player, but look at the impact that he had.
no,
Like
yeah, he was,
you got people going home from work and like hugging their kids longer, you know,
yeah,
holding their wife and giving them a kiss longer, and calling your mom and saying, "Yo, mom loves you," you know, like it just made people want to just be together with their families. Like just that impact alone, just people don't really appreciate that, man. It's just everybody's got negativity, and you know, and that's just the world we live in. But it's just, I felt like this was bigger than just Kobe dying. Like it was a moment in time where everybody just wanted to appreciate life in itself.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like, I feel like he like was like one of the biggest stars in the world. Everyone knows him. Everyone like
Yeah, I mean,
everyone's
you got
grandma. Everyone's like Thea
you got
from Mexico. Like anyone and everyone knows him. Like
yeah, and then even that, see, Mexico, like his ties, man, to like like Hispanic roots, you know, his wife being Mexican and everything, like how
yeah,
much respect and love he had for Mexicans, you know,
spoke
people and all
Spanish.
that stuff.
Like
Like, yeah, he learned Spanish and stuff, and you know, just it was crazy, man. Like the guy he was one of a kind, literally, like one
yeah,
of a kind, man.
yeah. Like and I think it was Chris Broussard, or I can't remember who it was. It was like there like Kobe is a five time NBA champion. Like there probably won't be another 5-time NBA champion.
Yeah,
Like the closest right now is LeBron and KD. Like I mean LeBron and Curry. They both have 3. And I mean you're lucky enough to win 3 now.
yeah. It's just, I don't know, dude. I mean, and then also right now, just speaking LeBron, I mean, the amount of pressure he's got to feel right now.
Yeah, yeah,
The amount of pressure he's got to feel. Like I was talking to my brother, and he's like, there was no other way to put like passing the torch into perspective as him passing Kobe texting him and congratulating him, and then having a conversation with him literally like what, an hour before he passes.
yeah. That's what he was saying.
And
Yeah,
who knows what was said? You know, who knows what was said? And like for LeBron to come out and say like, I got us. Like his mentality there, of course, is I want to win a championship for you this year. I want to win a championship for Los Angeles, but
now
you know,
like he's like,
you can't guarantee a championship, you know, and just it just, I mean, I don't know. I hope he gets it done. I hope he does it for Kobe. But I mean, too, like, could you just imagine the backlash and like how bad and him and himself is gonna feel like him letting down Kobe, like not to get it done, not to finish.
yeah,
It's gonna be interesting into the season, man. And it's just I don't
yeah,
know, like still in disbelief, man. Still in disbelief. I still don't want to believe it. You know, I still get up and turn my phone on and hope that it's just not real, but
yeah. I know. Like I'm like, damn, dude. Like there won't be like another like video of him popping up like saying shit
yeah,
like.
randomly out the blue, just
Then like this year,
family.
like he's up for Hall of Fame. Like
Yeah,
won't be seeing
we
him
can't. We're
getting
not
in.
going to get to see his inducted. We're not going to get to hear the speech. We're not going to get to see it. Like that's what Shaq was saying earlier today. Like they're not going to get to joke and poke at each other like I got 5 championships and you got 4 championships. Like it's just I don't know if you've seen that interview that they were doing earlier on TNT where Shaq just broke down, started crying, man. It was just,
yeah, I know he did a podcast too. His podcast, he was talking about Kobe, and I'm like I didn't want to listen to the Bill Simmons podcast because Bill Simmons, like, I mean, of course he's a sports commentator, but like he knows so much, and I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't even know if I could go through this, like, listen to it.
It's rough, man. It's rough. It's just like literally just you turn your phone on and it's like
That's there.
Even though you don't really want to see it, it's just there. Like you have no other choice, and it's just like damn, like but Kobe meant so much to people, man. There's just all there really is left to do in honor of him. I mean, and it sounds childish. It sounds like you'll grow up. You know, you're a grown ass man sitting there talking about another man that you never even knew personally. But I mean, just keep living the way that he would want you to live. You know, and that you would have in the Mamba mentality, and just giving your all into whatever it is you're doing, no matter what.
Yeah.
Being a better person in general. You know, working hard and just achieve that goal that you set. You know, whether it is just losing a couple pounds, or you know, getting that promotion, or just whatever. Just being a better person, man. Just do it. And I think that in itself is honoring him.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, I don't know. Like I'm putting a whole new perspective on the way I'm seeing things, and it's like it sounds crazy to say, and it sounds like, yo, just shut up. You're just caught up in the moment, but like just for real, like.
Nah, dude, like.
It's that serious, like, for people, and you know, and I know for most they're not gonna really understand it. They're gonna laugh it off and, like, you know, crack a joke or whatever and just say this and that. But like, that's literally what Kobe meant to people. And if you didn't get to experience that, all I can say is I'm sorry, because you missed out, man.
Yeah.
You missed out. Like if you really can't sit there and just take a moment and just think back and like get emotional and like remember him and remember the way he played and what he did for you, you know, in your own personal way. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry, and you know, I hope one day you get to experience that with something, because you missed out with Kobe if you didn't get to experience that.
Yeah, and yeah, it's. I mean, shoot, I'm like, damn, dude, like, not saying like in a bad way, but like, how long is this gonna go on? Like, you know, people are gonna hurt for a while, like this.
That's exactly kind of how I feel. It's like, yo, can we just like not post it anymore? Can we not talk about it anymore? But
it's like you can't, like
you have to. You have to. And I feel the same exact way. Like I'm telling you, like I said, I turn my phone on, man, and I'm like, okay, it's not going to be there no more. And it's boom, it's a picture of all the lost lives, you know, or boom, it's a picture of him and G. And it's like, damn, dude, like, oh, a new video. Now you got artists releasing music. Like earlier today, I was on my break at work, and they made a corrido about Kobe Bryant. And like, damn, like, what the hell, like, you know? And then like, I just right now, right before I called you, I seen, you know, I guess that dude, Bad Bunny made a song, you know, and it's just like now you got the artists making music, and like, you know, everybody, man, everybody's gonna cope in their own way, and of course, music, you know, music's huge.
Yeah, because you know, like whenever they're in LA, like at an event, like everyone wants to go and meet Kobe. Like, wherever Kobe's at, he's the number one star. He's the one everyone wants to go see. Everyone wants to get a picture with, talk to.
And that's huge to say, man, because like we're talking Los Angeles. Like, there's so many superstars.
Yeah, like no matter who's in the room, they want to go see him. Like they're gonna want to go meet him.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It feels like a dream. But
yeah, shoot, everyone's LA, like everyone's Laker fans now. Like how many people he touched, everyone.
Yeah. You know, even like how you're saying, you know, them saying, "Oh, I was a Celtics fan." Like, you're still like, "Yo, Kobe." Like, damn.
Yeah, he was part of your like he was part of
the part of your legacy. Exactly.
Yeah,
you can't talk Celtics without thinking Kobe.
Yeah.
You know? Whether that be you saying, "I hated him," or "God, that damn Kobe," or whatever, but like, you still said Kobe. Like, you still thought Kobe. You can't not think about him. Like, you're not even a Lakers fan, but it's crazy, man. It's heartbreaking, and you know. condolences, man, to everybody's families that lost somebody that day. But
Yeah.
in reality, I feel like everybody lost someone that day. A piece of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, all the families involved.
Yeah.
Shoot. What?
Like right now, you see everybody, they got their Kobe's on, and R.I.P. Kobe on them right now on the Celtics and Heat game.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's rocking Kobe's. And then, too, how Trey and
Booker.
Booker.
They
Both
combined.
shot 24 shots, and they had a combined point total of 81 points. That was fucking crazy. That was so crazy, man. I was like, what the hell? Like, and it wasn't planned out. You can't say that was planned out.
They just. Yeah, I was watching the.
You guys both combined for 81. Like, what the fuck? Like, how? Like, what? Like, oh, you can't make that shit up, man. You can't just go out there and just say, okay, we're gonna do this and plan it out perfect. Like, it just shows you, man.
And then did you see some like community college kid scored 81 points, and he missed his last free throw to like stay at 81 points.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I don't even know, but it was just like a story that popped up. I was like, damn, dude, like.
It's crazy, and I mean, I still think this is. I mean, fuck, is this gonna go on for a month, 2 months? Maybe by Sunday it'll be over, given the Super Bowl. I don't know.
And then they're planning something for the All-Star game, like.
Yeah.
And like they said, like that'd be tight if one team wears 8, the other team wears 24, or 24? Some shit like that. Like.
Yeah, that would be super dope. And what's your take on them changing the logo?
I mean, they've always talked about changing the logo. Like, why not now? Like.
Yeah. I mean, they got that poll going on. I've seen there was like 700,000 people that had already signed the petition.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, there's so many other greats, man. Magic. Michael. There's so many others. The list goes on and on. But I feel like this right now in this moment in time, Kobe Bryant, man. That would be the best logo change right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't want to take up too much time in your segment, man. I can talk for hours. I can talk for hours with you on this, man. I've just been reaching out to people and calling and talking, and it's kind of like this has been my way of like kind of
venting
and just venting it out, because I feel like I want to talk about it, and like I'm telling you, I can go probably 2 hours with you on this episode of just talking Kobe and sports.
Yeah.
Now like I'm saying, just looking at things in a different perspective. My last thing to say on it would just be grind, man, grind. I wouldn't say, do it for Kobe, because I don't want everybody to just feel that way. But I mean, do it for yourself, and that would be in honor of Kobe. And
yeah,
just grind, man. Just grind and be a better person, man. You see so many, back and forth things. You got negativity coming out of this, with people joking and saying stuff, and like I don't know how people find humor. And I'm not the best person in the world. I find humor in situations that shouldn't be funny either. But like, just be better, man. Come together, man. It's 2020, and we need more unity in the world, man.
Yeah,
we're really going. I feel like we're going through some dark times, and like I just think everybody needs to just sit back and look at themselves in the mirror and stop judging and just come together.
Yeah,
a simple hello, a smile, shake somebody's hand, just give somebody a hug, just do right, and just be better. That would be great, man. I don't know, just like I said, I don't know how to cope with it. I don't know how to feel. I'm still mourning, or whatever you want to call it, and it sucks. We lost a great one. But again, I'm blocked. Hopefully we can do this again. Have another episode where we can talk on on happier terms, and
Yeah.
something for now. Mad love to everybody, and if you need somebody to talk to, hit your boy up because I sure as hell need somebody to talk to right now. All right, bro.
All right, then, Black.
All right.
Late. So yeah, some good words from Block. Shoot, known him since about the fourth grade. So we grew up together. Shoot, we'd always just talk about Kobe. Just another way for us to bond, watch Laker games. He'd come over, shoot, my mom be cooking something or someone would be cooking something. We just chill, watch the Laker game. Um, but right now I'm gonna take a quick break. Try and get another guest on the phone right now. So sit tight. We'll be right back. All right, and so I got our next guest on the phone, my dad, Robert. Go ahead and say hi, Dad.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Block. He randomly just called, and I was like, "Oh, let me just record it real quick," because I was gonna call him anyways. But so right after we got off the phone, I was like, "Oh, let me try my dad."
And here I am.
So yeah, like me and Block are talking like how much of an impact Kobe was on not just the NBA but worldwide, pretty much. And we seen him grow from this 17-year-old kid to 36, I believe.
41.
Well, no, in the NBA.
Oh, in the NBA, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, he's been retired 4 years.
yeah.
No, 3 years, huh? 3 years.
Yeah, 16.
So maybe up till he was 38, then he played.
Yeah, actually, yeah. 30, yeah.
Yeah, because he had to be retired 4 years before he could be in the Hall of Fame. But I mean, they're probably going to put him in there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they're most definitely going to put him in there, but he wasn't eligible until
this year.
his fourth year of retirement. Yeah.
Yeah, which was it was up for it. I think this year, like for voting.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was a shoo-in. I mean, automatic.
Yeah.
There's no way. It was like he's like Michael Jordan. He was just going to be sheet in there. We're going to vote or anything. Just
right away.
Put him in there. Yeah, but most definitely. I mean, I remember, seeing him play. 18 years old, just out of high school, and he was a little cocky at first, but and I mean, and who wouldn't be? I mean, just turned. Well, he was 17 when actually he got drafted. But then to be an 18-year-old playing, with grown men, that took four years of college before, they started playing ball, and this guy just comes straight out of high school. So, I mean, he was a little bit cocky at first, but I mean, he's always been phenomenal and amazing, and I mean, he did things that a grown athlete, could only think about doing.
Yeah.
And he comes in as a kid, basically a kid. Mm-hmm. Straight out of high school, and does things that no one in the NBA has ever even seen. So that was pretty amazing when he first came on.
Yeah, and I was listening to Colin Cowherd and how he made the All-Star team, starting an All-Star like when he was even starting as a Laker. So they're saying like they kind of pushed him into the spotlight, like. But he took it on. He took it head on. Like, I am this. I am gonna.
Right.
And but yeah, just like Block was saying, like he touched everyone in the NBA, like associated with the NBA. And I was looking at numbers, like how many coaches he played for and against. Like it was like 140 something, and just his 20-year span, like he was focused just on basketball. Like he didn't like do mini commercials. He didn't like go and do movies or anything. Like basketball is number one, and he was
a businessman though. I mean, you gotta admit he was a businessman. I mean, he put his money away. He didn't spend it foolishly. Mm-hmm. He wasn't like these idiots that have to have all these gold chains and diamond earrings and fast cars and fast women. And I mean, he wasn't perfect. I mean, he wasn't 100% perfect. I mean, no one's perfect,
Yeah.
but he was a smart guy. I mean, he was very smart. He invested his money very well, and he became very, very wealthy. And to see him, you wouldn't think that because he wasn't a flashy guy.
No, at all.
He wasn't always like on TMZ and see him pulling up in sports cars, and he would go to the basketball games, he would be at tennis matches or soccer games or whatever, but he was just regular, pretty much like a regular Joe Blow. I mean, of course it was Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
but he just never was flashy, and that's what I liked about him. He didn't have to be someone that he wasn't. You know what I mean? He was just Kobe, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really liked about him.
Yeah. And my mom was saying you took us to our first Laker game.
Yeah, yeah, a long time ago.
Like Kobe was playing, or I mean, did he play or was he?
He was still young, but yeah, he played. He played.
Yeah.
Shaq definitely was on the team already. He already played, and Rick Fox was on the team then, and Byron Scott.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, all those. I mean, they were all there. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, man. That was actually it was at the Forum. It was at the Inglewood
Yeah,
Forum.
the Forum. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But yeah, and then yeah, just like um, he just showed everyone work like find what you love and work hard at it. His
Exactly.
his Mamba mentality and
Yeah.
the basketball players nowadays like that's their like Kobe's their Michael like
Right.
and I feel like with Michael he was more to himself like he didn't talk to anyone with
Right.
Kobe like he wanted to show people like
Right.
show other players like no do it like this do like
Yeah. He was a people person.
yeah way more yeah
Yeah. He was a people person. But then again, he was young though. He was young when he came out. So he really didn't know. I mean, he wanted to talk to everybody.
yeah
You got to remember he was straight out of high school. I mean, can you imagine? Going from high school straight to the pros. I mean,
yeah
you'd want to talk to everybody. You'd want to learn everything, or teach people what and learn even more.
yeah
So I think that's the reason why he was so open all his life. He was a friendly person.
yeah but yeah and then we're I mean to kind of touch on the death um like he started taking helicopters early in his career because he would hate taking like driving in traffic for 30-40
Right.
minutes
That's
and
what
it was
everybody. That's what everybody kept saying. They couldn't understand why he was in a helicopter. Why wasn't he in a plane? Helicopter's easy,
yeah
easy transportation. I mean, he can land that thing on top of Staples Center. He can land it in the parking lot. He can land it pretty much anywhere.
yeah
Whereas an airplane, even a small airplane, you need a runway.
yeah
You have to have a large piece of land to be able to land something like like an airplane.
yeah
So that's the reason why he always traveled by helicopter.
yeah and it was just an everyday thing for him too like
Right.
he and I think like the facility that he was going to was maybe like a 15-20 minute drive but it was just like the helicopter was an everyday thing for him so he was just like yeah like
Yeah.
let's just take the copter like
Yeah,
just
but you got to remember too, though, L.A. 15-minute, 20
nah
minute
yeah
drive is like
yeah
two and a half hours.
yeah
What traffic?
that's true yeah
Yeah, because I think he was going from Newport to Thousand Oaks.
yeah
So yeah, that's a pretty good drive. But still,
mm,
I mean, he was used to it. He did it all the time.
yeah
Yeah, it was just, I mean, it was tragic. I mean, everything happens for a reason. But you stop and think, how can something like that happen to such a great person? Not that it should happen to a bad person,
yeah
but it's just, I mean, I honestly thought it was a hoax. I didn't think it was for
yeah
real.
yeah I woke up that morning and I can't remember seeing what post first but I
saw
just.
Christopher. Christopher posted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, man, are people already hating because LeBron James broke his record? Like, that's not nice. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, I turned my Xbox off and I started watching the news, and I was like, holy crap, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, and then like I was telling Block, like, um, I went straight to his Twitter, like, oh, maybe he's tweeted or like it's fake. And
yeah,
then his last tweet was just congratulating LeBron, I think the night before. And then yeah, just seeing all the reports coming out, like still not believing it, and
yeah,
then
it's
it
crazy.
started popping up more and more, and then ESPN, started covering it.
Uh,
And I was telling Black on the jump, Ice Cube was saying like Rachel Nichols asked him like, "What was the first thing you did when you heard about it?" And he's like, "Well, I texted Kobe. Like, I know he wouldn't get to me right away, but eventually he would." And then I started seeing more and more reports. Like, he's like, and
yeah,
I knew he wasn't gonna text me back. Like, he's like, maybe he it was in a bad area, and then later he texted me back. He's like, but yeah, and just and like
yeah,
that's kind of us, like me checking his Twitter, like seeing if he's tweeted or something, like seeing a sign.
right.
And but yeah, and then with the Gigi too, like how much she was working hard towards being a basketball player and following in her dad's footsteps.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Yeah, she was definitely right there with him. I mean, who else would be a better teacher for her, or
yeah,
show her the ropes,
yeah,
but her own dad.
yeah. I thought Gigi was his oldest, but I forgot about Natalia.
Yeah, that's what we thought too. Because I was
Yeah,
like, because I didn't even know his oldest was already 17. I didn't know
me
that.
either. I thought she was. I thought yeah. I thought Gigi was the oldest, and then I completely
Yeah,
forgot about Natalia.
yeah. And then I didn't even know he had a little baby. He has a little toddler. He has a little baby.
Yeah, I forgot the baby's name.
I didn't know because he has. Well, actually, he had 4 girls.
Yeah,
So it was crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's sad. I mean, to see all these people, all these grown men, that played with him, played against him. Everybody's like heartbroken over it. I mean,
yeah,
that just goes to show you, how much impact he had on people. And how, we as normal citizens, not even us being sports fans,
yeah.
how he touched our lives. I mean, can you imagine, like Shaq
Yeah.
and Pat Riley and all these Phil Jackson,
Mhm.
all
Yeah,
these guys. I mean,
Jerry West was I forgot what show he was on, but he was broken too, like
yeah,
trying to talk through it.
Doc Rivers
Yeah,
was
Dr.
crying.
Rivers, yeah.
Yeah, he was crying. He was taking it pretty bad. I mean, that just goes to show you, how much respect they had for him. I mean,
Yeah.
how much of an impact he had on everyone.
Yeah.
Not only us as being fans, but people that played with him, played against him, coached
Mhm.
against him.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how much of an impact and effect he had on everybody.
Yeah. And Bill Simmons was saying that like one time Kobe texted him about like something about leadership, like how cuz Bill Simmons how he's a big Celtics fan. Kobe texts him about like pretty much Bill Russell, like how he would lead the Celtics, like just get trying to get pointers from like Bill Russell's, and like Bill Simmons was talking to him, and or he texts him, and then he's like, "Hey, it's Kobe," and Bill Simmons like, "No, it's not." Like, and so but then they started talking, and it's just like Kobe did that to everyone, like just texted a
Oh yeah,
random athlete, and they're just like,
right.
this isn't Kobe, and then
Uh,
it turned out to be him, and
but that just goes to show you how much the love for the game that he had. He studied it, and he just wanted to learn more. He knew what he needed to know about the game, but he went beyond that.
Yeah.
That's how much love he had for basketball. And how much respect he had for others that played and that he played with. I mean, look at when he played on the Olympic team. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just wow. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy how how much of a how big of a caliber he was for the game of basketball.
yeah, and like it showed like all the super athletes that played in those years that he played, like they learned from him, and all their statistics went up. Like
Yep.
they grabbed something from Kobe, like a little lesson, and went with it,
Yep.
and he helped them like move to another level.
Yep. Yeah. That's just. It puts a dent, in the sport, but yet his legacy will live on, because of the people that he worked with, people that he knew. And, like LeBron said, you know what? I'm going to, watch over me. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry
Yeah.
on your legacy.
Yeah.
So that's just. It's awesome. It's sad that it happened,
Yeah.
but it's going to be carried on through others. Everyone's going to be, oh, hey, this is for Kobe. Hey, this is for Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what anybody does. Because he was a fan of all kinds of sports.
Yeah.
He didn't just like basketball. He loved basketball. But there was other sports that he followed too. He was from Italy, so he followed soccer, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tennis, and
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad. It's January 26th is going to be forever a sad day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and then like I was telling Black too, like like not in a bad way, but how long is this gonna go on? Like I feel like everyone's gonna be heartbroken for a while.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, most definitely. Even when he's gone, who can watch a game of basketball without thinking about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even hear basketball.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's just gonna bring back the dreadful day.
Yeah.
And it was a sad day. I think somebody posted something like, I saw something on Instagram about, they're saying how everybody's grieving for Kobe, but yet we got people dying, in Afghanistan or Iraq, God forbid, but that's a given. If you go to war, people are going to die,
Yeah.
Who's to say that, a professional athlete, who's taking his daughter to a basketball game is going to die?
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah, it's sad that, people die in war, but that's a given. We expect that.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
We don't want it to happen. We don't want it to happen, but yet, he was just taking his daughter to a basketball game. He wasn't in a car.
Yeah.
But it could have well happened in a car as it did, in a helicopter. But you don't think of that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, he wasn't perfect, and no one's perfect. I'm waiting for them to come out with all the shenanigans that I'm waiting for that to happen. At least out of respect, that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, nothing like that's came out.
Yeah. But it's done. It's over with. He paid his time or whatever he had to do, or he went through that saga.
Yeah.
And now, he can only be known for his greatness.
Yeah. And he wasn't a shitty person. Like
No, not at all.
He was a father, family man.
Yep.
And yeah, I could respect him.
Everybody's always saying that, that professional athletes are role models. They're not role models. They're professional athletes. Yeah, they could lead people.
Yeah.
They could teach people. But, no human being can be a role model. Parents are role models.
Yeah.
That's a role model. You can't expect, a child to watch someone, grow up and play basketball and be like, oh, that's my role model. No, that's not your role model. Your role model is the person that paid for those sneakers on your feet, to play the game of basketball.
Yeah, it gives you everyday lessons. Talks to you every day, gives you advice.
Exactly. Follows your games, goes to your games, cheers you on, watches you play all the time. Professional athletes aren't role models, Yeah. They're human beings. They're people just like we are,
Yeah. They have lives. They have other things to worry about, and
exactly. You know, but I mean, Kobe was one that, you know, like I said, he made some mistakes, but he was one that you can tell he thought about shit before, you know, he did it. You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah, he planned everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was three
Yep.
steps ahead of everything. Like,
Yeah,
you could see
most
him like on the
definitely.
court, like thinking of what.
Yeah, he knew what he needed to do, you know,
Yeah, he was gonna
and he
get to
tried
the
to get it
spot.
done.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
but yeah. Well, thanks for being on, Dad.
No
Talking a
problem,
little bit.
son. All right, no problem. Keep up the good work, son. Like I told you, you know. And then, like you know, like Kobe said, you know, find something
Mm.
that you like and do it. You know, you don't have to make a lot of money, but
Yeah.
just find something you like and do it. Just like me, you know. I mean, I love my job. You know, I've
Hmm.
been there for 29 years, and I love what I do.
Yeah.
You know, if you find something you love it, you'll never work a day in your life
Yeah.
because you're enjoying what you're doing. So that's you know, it's a good lesson. Keep up the good work.
All right.
Okay, man.
All right. I'll talk
I'll
to you
talk
later.
to you later. Okay, man.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. That was my dad. Good to talk to him, about sports. Probably have him on a couple more times in the future. Um, yeah, my dad, like we said earlier, he took me on to our first our first Laker game. And watching basketball early in my life with him, him at his house, wherever, and then going back home to my brother, like watching basketball with my brothers, my mom, and it even had to be Lakers. I just love watching the game of basketball, and like me and Block were saying, like you watch NBA players now, and you see a bit of Kobe, even even if like the comparison of Kobe and Michael, like even if they have those two by two comparisons, it was the worth ethic of Kobe that you see in NBA players, and yeah, it's crazy. But I'm gonna take another quick break and see if I can get another guest. Maybe one or two more I'll have on, talk a bit. But I'll be right back. All right, and our next guest is on the phone right now. The Skonkita, Crit Rivas.
Skonkita, Mininita,
Live from the Bluffs.
the bluffs of B-Town, where all the
But
dirty skunks, where all the dirty skunks hang out.
where everyone gets their handies.
Can't really
And looks at all the smog and oil
smog,
rigs.
all the pollution, all the big Chevron workers and their big lifted trucks with the oil jobs that only last 2 weeks.
That
Be thankful, Arizona.
their license plate says "Cowboys' butts drive me nuts."
They got the big nutsack hanging on the back of the truck. Whatever state of Mexico they're from, they have this big sticker on the back.
Sinaloa. Oh
Puro
shit.
Michoacan.
But yeah, so talking about Kobe, his legacy. Uh, we know you're not a Laker fan, but always, but
But Sunday, everyone was a Laker fan.
yeah,
If you're a basketball fan in general, you should, have an idea of what kind of, well, first, what kind of tragedy it was to everyone. And, there's all kinds of naysayers out there that want to bring out dirt when, someone's gone, which is pretty ridiculous. And I firsthand had a couple come at me sideways, but, let that one go in respect for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, and like my dad was saying earlier, like he wasn't a perfect man. Like he he did what, like, he had mistakes, but like no one's perfect. Like, and yeah, I did see a post on Facebook that someone posted, like, and just didn't want to give them time or day. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna respond to that. Like, that's just something stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, like, maybe besides that one, like, I didn't see ain't much bad, like, and like much like negative things about Kobe. Because yeah, like, he, like, besides that one mishap, like, besides that one thing, like, there was nothing else. Like, he changed the game of basketball. He influenced people. He touched everyone's lives. Like, he showed everyone how to work at something you love.
Pretty much. I mean, that one mishap was what? How long ago? 17 years ago? Something like that.
Yeah, dude.
I
Like,
think it lasted like 3 days, and then the chick, whoever it was, cried wolf or whatever.
yeah,
But
she didn't testify. Like, she didn't,
no,
or
exactly.
whatever. Like,
That's not the point of
no,
what his
yeah,
legacy was. People like try to diminish other people just because everyone thinks that it's a joke to mourn a celebrity or someone you don't know. But I mean, that he, I can't even. He was just a fucking man. He
yeah,
was just a fucking man, and to me and you, we played basketball our entire lives, so we know exactly how it was to watch them. For those that didn't grow up watching basketball, that was our generational Michael Jordan. That was,
yeah.
Michael Jordan was already on the down by the time we were born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're each born in '93, and well, obviously he was still balling out. But for us to remember and to consume a game
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
watch Jordan play,
Yeah,
Kobe
and
came.
like, Kobe came, like, at that perfect moment when we started watching it, like, 3 years old,
Yeah,
'96. Like,
yeah, starting to trying to understand exactly what we like to do. Like, oh shit, this is interesting.
yeah, yeah,
But even
yeah.
back then, he wasn't A1.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't until was it 98, 99?
Yeah, yeah,
And he
it's
started coming
30
out a
year
little
he
bit, and then it
started,
just
yeah.
shut it down. I mean, to be honest, over since the fateful, I mean, I don't really like to say it out loud, but I'm an Orlando Magic fan. Whatever. I mean, to hell with everyone else. So I was pretty hyped up when they made it to the finals against the Lakers, and I was just slandering that shit. Oh my god, I was bringing up so much crap, and they kicked the hell out of him. But that's just because and you look back at it now, that Lakers team that Kobe had was terrible, and he just did it.
Dude,
He pretty
yeah,
much did it
like,
when he did himself. Occasional pass to Pau Gasol and a little dump hook to bind him. It worked though, but Kobe just he did
he
that.
did
But
it, yeah.
it's just what he did for the game, and it just sounds cliche, his mental strength, but that's just exactly what the hell it was. That's
Yeah,
just exactly how he was built. He was determined to finish anything he started,
yeah.
and just to be better than anybody else at it, and he succeeded at it, which is why the entire world has come to mourn, his sudden loss, and it's really, really, really shitty. Not just how he went, how so soon, but just how he lost his daughter, and
Yeah.
the others that were on there were family members, but I think it hit me harder because I have two daughters.
Yeah.
And a son, and I can never imagine being taken away from them, so suddenly. Then him leaving in the morning. We'll be back in a little bit after Gigi's basketball game, and never coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta, like everyone says, you gotta be grateful. You gotta live life like it's your last. Don't hold no petty grudges.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
yeah, for sure.
easier said than done, but
Yeah.
something that should be considered.
Yeah, and like, my dad brought up, like, people are saying, like, oh, well, how can you guys care about this celebrity when there's
Oh my god.
army, like, all the people in Afghanistan, blah blah blah, dying, and it's just like, my dad was like, my dad said it pretty. He was like, I mean, it's a given what's gonna happen over there. Like, they sign up for that,
Sign up for, yeah.
and it's
Somebody's
like,
gotta pay for that Camaro.
Yeah, and Kobe like was heading to a basketball game with his daughter. Like
Yeah,
it's not like it's not
yeah.
like it was like a chance it was gonna happen. Like it happened, and it was like with his
Sudden and
daughter. Like
yeah, unexpected, and it made it. I mean, it made it that much worse because you know, for the parents out there, losing a child and then losing your significant other all in one spurt, you
yeah,
just, I don't know, like I can't, I hope I can never relate to that. I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to it,
mm,
and that's just like an unspoken like pain, that nobody wants to go through, and I hope nobody has to go through that, But I
yeah,
mean, it's just people can make conspiracies about it and
yeah,
whatever, make excuses for it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it happened, and
mm,
the number was called.
yeah,
At the end of the day, and it sucks, but I mean, it's a big loss to the game. It's a big loss to all the other families that were affected by it for sure.
yeah, for
And
sure.
everyone else. I mean,
And like you
but it's
said, like
something that we'll
everyone,
remember
like you said, everyone's Laker fans. Like everyone's Kobe fans, Laker
pretty
fans
much.
now, and like Bill Simmons, the biggest Celtic fan. Like was even like, yeah, dude, like it's a big hit. Like
Yeah, that
as many
changed.
times as like I've never. He said like he's never hated Kobe. He's just always like rooted against him, and
Yeah,
like
because he
he's like,
grabbed,
yeah, like
somebody's ass.
and even Barstool Prez, fucking Dave Portnoy, like he was wearing a Kobe jersey on his pizza
Oh, I didn't see
reviews.
that. Was he? I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been working so much. I haven't. I listened to the part of my take last night. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
And
was
then
killer.
Bill Simmons and Chris Ryan had a remembering Kobe podcast too, and
Yeah, I mean
I was just like,
everyone's doing. Everyone has their their story and
yeah, dude, like,
how they were affected by it, and people. I mean, I hate seeing it, the negativity, but I mean, I've had a couple messages here and there saying, why do you care so much? You didn't even know. I'm like, well, kiss my fucking ass. Unfollow. Block.
yeah, dude, like,
You're ugly.
yeah,
But, and then even today, like, I mean, maybe this was below the belt. I'm not sure. I thought it was funny. But it was a post I had reposted on Instagram. It was like that, what's it called? Virtual meme. SpongeBob doing his little retarded little face.
oh yeah, I see that.
And it was like, what did it say?
It
It was
was,
something about the army. I was like, why are you mourning over a basketball player, not mourning our troops? And the caption was like, well, Kobe didn't sign up to get quick scoped. Stop comparing death.
holy shit.
Man, I mean, nothing against the military,
No,
there,
yeah,
but
but it's
still, like, don't compare that. Don't compare that, dude. Don't do that.
yeah, like that's stupid. And like
Don't
some of
do
my
that.
family members are like that. Like, oh, you guys don't like that one article going viral of like those 30 Marines and one
Yeah,
Navy,
I mean,
and that happened like 5 years ago, and people are
yeah,
bringing that up.
exactly. Like we
And
are. I mean, sure, we're sorry. I mean, we're grateful. You know what I mean? Like it's respect. It's a very amenable and respectable thing. Very, very. You've taken the courage and the honor to sign up for the military. Whatever division you want to go to, or whatever you want to
yeah,
do, whether it be infantry, communications, or whatever. But you still sign that contract and you still take that risk. You know exactly what you're going to do.
yeah,
And veterans are remembered in every single way possible. But
yeah,
then again, they don't have veterans of the United States don't have effect on a worldwide population. You look at
yeah.
soccer players, Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, every other sport, recognized him.
Yeah.
Tennis, it doesn't, he was a global icon.
Yeah, and
Global icon. Still
like I was telling Block, like he touched so many
Oh, I
celebrities
know Block
because
was hurt.
people went to LA like looking for Kobe. Like if it was a room full of celebrities, everyone went towards Kobe. Like
Oh yeah.
Kobe was the top man. Like he was like everyone wanted to meet him, talk to him.
He was He was Los Angeles royalty, if not,
He-
he was the king of LA, regardless,
yeah,
and bigger than any actor, bigger than anybody. That was his city, and I was talking to Noah. How he lives. He goes to acting school over there, and he said the streets were just dead.
yeah,
The streets were dead. The mood was down. Everybody was just down. Everyone was affected by it.
So I mean, that just goes to show you what kind of impact he had, and then it's just a big part of it. It's a husband and a father gone, and the rest of the victims. It's the family members gone, and then it's a big part of the game that's
Yeah.
been taken away. You hear it everywhere of what he was about what he was about to achieve with just his daughter alone, but what Gigi was about to go on and be. She was in the AAU. She was in the uprising in the AAU ranks.
Yeah.
That team was about to explode, and they were already good.
Yeah, and then
And
they're
all
like
those girls had potential.
Shardy had like 30 had like a jersey for her at UConn. Like they're ready for her at UConn, and
they wanted her. And that's just nothing NCAA shouldn't be doing, but whatever. NCAA. But it's hard.
Yeah.
Just because he is Kobe Bryant. He did amazing, miraculous things with that basketball, and that pulling off 81 points is the greatest thing I've ever seen from him.
Yeah, for sure. Like on like a random ass Tuesday night.
Yeah,
like.
Exactly. And then I was thinking, I was like, was it 2009 or I don't know. It was prime Dwight Howard though, and I was just rolling with the Magic. I was saying, "Fuck the buddy." And then like out of nowhere, he just takes a jab step to the right, hooks it to the left, takes two dribbles, just shits on Howard. Like Howard averaged almost 3.3 blocks a game that year, defensive player of the year, reigning defensive player of the year, and he just gets his face full of Kobe's nut. No one else did. No one else did that to Howard. So I mean. I know he retired 4 years ago, but he was still on his way to do it amazing.
Nah, yeah,
great. He would have taken Hollywood by the damn horns harder than he already had, and he would have made a big legacy. I think he would how The Rock has Hollywood now, and LA, and pretty much the world. Kobe would have been right there next to him, even on top of him.
Yeah, for sure.
God, God would have allowed him to continue on his life and continue on that journey to be the father he was going to become.
Once once the girls got the girls got a little older, like he would have been like in everything. Like you would have seen him a lot more, but he was focused on just being a dad, like being a family man, like. But. Yeah,
well, that's why I think that some people, that maybe that some of the naysayers, when they judge people on posting about, him or, what has he done for you or he didn't know you or like that, but still, like, as a parent, you just relate to that kind of thing and you understand what it means to be a father. Years ago, I was, I didn't have any kids years ago, and, you're just selfish when you're by yourself, but when you have kids, your whole mindset changes and you realize how, grateful and how blessed you are to be that father. And, one day, I'll see you with a mini-me running around. I'm going to laugh my ass off when that happens. But, I mean, just on a relatable level and, being a father to babies, man, it's just that's every parent's worst fear is to get taken away too early.
For sure. And even just being a human being, like that's a sad ass story. Like, no matter if a it's a helicopter carrying 9 people went down, either either way, it was gonna be on the news because it's in Calabasas, like. Like we're gonna hear it blew up because it was Kobe, but it's still sad. And even like when we found out it was Kobe, like it just hit that much.
Stop the damn world.
Yeah.
Stop the damn world.
And I was just and like even that morning, Sunday morning, like I was like chilling and I seen I had a missed call from Block. And then I was like, yeah, he was already calling me, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, why is he? And so like I started checking Twitter and everything, and started seeing it. I was like, I can't fucking call him back, like. Yeah, he was even like, yeah, dude, like, he's like, I called you. He's like, because my brother and shit were texting me. He's and he's all like, I knew you weren't gonna call me back. Like, if you seen that what had happened, like, I was like, yeah, dude, I was just fucking bawling that whole day.
Yeah, I mean, I let it go out for about an hour, man. Like I said, like I told you before, I was driving for Uber and I had, passengers in the back and I saw it and yeah, I couldn't. I was holding it as best I could. Luckily, I
Yeah.
had only like 5 minutes to drop him off, and then I dropped him off and said, "Have a good day,
Yeah.
have a blessed week," and then I just took a shit from there. I just
I
let it
know.
out.
I should have brought it up to my dad, but my dad called me too, like a couple hours after, and he called me, and well, because my mom texted me too, like, "Oh, how you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, just crying." Like, I was like, my dad called me a little while ago. I was like, I had to hold it together for like 10 minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't want to, but yeah, even my dad was just like, "All right, well, I didn't want you crying by yourself."
Wow. Robert he was getting ready for his drag show. I hope he hears it too.
He will. He's on it, so he'll listen.
Yeah.
But
But it's just it still feels unreal. But I mean, it's already been 2 days, and
yeah, dude, like,
eventually we'll all come full circle with it, and
yeah, like I told my dad in block, like, I was like not in a bad way, but like, how long is this gonna go on? Like, everyone, I feel like it's gonna go on for a while. Like, how heartbroken
go on
everyone.
for a while. Yeah, they're thinking about changing the logo, which they have a ton of signatures, which I think will happen. And then reports saying
Yeah,
Jerry West doesn't even want himself on the logo anymore.
yeah,
And then All Star Weekend is gonna be purely dedicated to him.
hell
If
yeah,
if they don't all wear 24 and 8,
yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I think for sure that's gotta happen. Like,
Yeah, the NBA is gonna do something with it. They need to do something with it. He was already a first ballot Hall of Famer, but now he's just flat out in.
yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, deservedly so. But I mean, it's just a shame, Like I was watching Shaq's, reaction earlier, and
Yeah,
he's saying they can't he's gonna be inducted to the Hall of Fame, but they can't, they can't joke around and have a good
yeah,
time.
share it together.
Can't compare rings. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, you can't share that moment together. That's a sad thing, to see.
Yeah,
It was hard to watch Shaq, because I mean, they had great years, monstrous years during those 3 years and those three championships, and regardless of what happened afterwards, I mean, I think it was just made bigger than it needed to be, but
yeah,
they still squashed it, and they knew.
yeah.
They knew. So.
Oh, shit, but oh yeah, so shit's crazy.
It does suck, but we'll all get past it.
Yeah, Mamba Forever.
Mamba Forever.
But yeah, thanks for coming on the pod.
Oh, I love this pod. I love this pod. I wish Diggy was on with us right now. I miss that little guy. He's a little cutie. Cutie with the booty.
Oh shit. But alright then, I'll hit you up.
Alright, man. Hit me up later, dude.
Alright, for sure. Be safe.
Alright. Thanks, you too.
Like. And that was the Skonky to Chris. Thanks, Chris, for being on. I, hit him up every now and then just to talk shit to him. But again, gonna take a quick break and see maybe one or two more guests. We will see. Sit tight. So our next guest, friend from middle school, Eddie Reyes. What's up, Eddie?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you been?
Good, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you having me on.
No problem. Yeah, sure. You hit me up. Like, wish I was on. I was like, well, let's make it happen.
Oh yeah, it's like I said before, I've never really done this before, so it's kind of like a first timer for honestly for myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just like with Block 2, like he was like he texted me after I had him on, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I didn't like expect to be on the recording. I hope I was good." I was like, "Nah, dude. I mean, it's all it is. It's just like talking on the phone. I mean, what we're doing right now, talking on the phone, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, first time for everything."
And I just gotta say, man, I really like it's really a joy seeing like you and Diggy like kind of consistently doing this, like when you guys can, or like every week.
Yeah.
Because it's honestly like it's a really dope thing, like because you guys, obviously you guys are doing, I'm assuming what you guys love, which is obviously talking about like beer, music, and movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think that's dope as fuck, honestly, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, I wish. I mean, maybe shoot. One day we'll just fucking head back to town and have everyone on. Shoot, like.
Hey, bro. Hey, you guys know me. I'm always down.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm doing my little solo podcast, the Knyck Sports News, and just doing the remembering Kobe, his legacy, what he meant to everyone, and
Yeah, of course.
how long did you cry on Sunday? Honestly,
You know
like,
what? I'll tell you pretty much from the start. So on Sunday morning, obviously it was just a normal day before obviously everything happened. So Sunday morning we wake up, and then it's me and my girlfriend, and usually we do our laundry on Sundays.
mm-hmm.
And obviously we're getting ready, we're heading out, whatever, because we do our laundry, in the meantime at her dad's house. He has a washer and dryer that he lets us use, whatever.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, her dad is like a diehard Laker fan. Like, he was born the same year as Kobe, and and then pretty much, I think his birthday is in the same month as Kobe as well.
Yeah.
So this guy is like a huge Laker fan. And so we get to his house, whatever, and obviously the news breaks on TMZ. Obviously the original story was that he was on the plane, and originally it was like 5 people in total. So and then I think TMZ. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think TMZ at one point was saying that it was Kobe and all of his girls on the plane, right?
That's what like. Well, it was like unsure if Vanessa and the kids were also on, but like they're kind of like saying like they might be on there, and I was like, damn, dude, like, but.
Yeah, no, like, and then, so when they heard that, I was like, really, all of his girls? And then, so then obviously another like 30 minutes go by, and then obviously that's when you hear like ESPN and like Woj tweeting about it, this and that, and like it was still at that time, like the first maybe hour of it, it was still 5 people. Yeah. And then obviously, it's obviously mixed emotions between me and my girl's family, whatever, and my girl and her stepmom were just bawling, crying, dude. Like, it was just crying, dude. More, I think, at that aspect, they were looking at for like Vanessa's sake, just because.
Like the family, like.
And they just had the little baby girl too, so obviously, you just don't really know the full information on it. So, obviously, after Woj tweeted about it, after when I saw Woj tweet about it, like, I was like 100%, like, I just was in disbelief, bro. I just like, I did not. I didn't like the way everyone was feeling right now. That's the way, like, everything just drops rock bottom, dude. Like, I was just like, we really just lost like this icon of a person.
Yeah, dude.
In like a matter of like a morning of Sunday, like it was just terrible, dude.
Yeah, and then
so like I said, so after that, we were right there. Obviously, I think we put on the Laker channel, and I think they were just talking about the game before. So obviously, we were waiting for them to maybe make an episode like the rest of the day about him, obviously.
Yeah.
And so eventually, I think we turned on CNN, and that's when they had the updates, the plane crash and the fire department, this and that. And then I think later on that day, that's when they disclosed that in total was 9 people, right?
Yeah,
Or is it 7?
It's 9. Yeah, 9.
Oh, yeah. And so like at first I thought it was pretty, messed up on TMZ's end, to disclose like the information without letting obviously, the family know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty fucked up, pretty messed up. But like I said, man, it was just, I don't know, it's just, you just obviously you don't know what to think at that time, and just like, you just remember all the memories like from the young buck, because obviously growing up basketball, that's all you remember, and it's true, like he became such an iconic, player just for his name alone. Like people don't even know. Like people don't even say his last name. They just say Kobe. You know what I mean?
just Kobe. Yeah,
Yeah.
like first name basis. Yeah.
And then like that whole trash can thing. That's a real thing, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's one. But like
And
I said, like it was just a moment where you just dropped it, just like man, you just thought about your childhood, you know, the memories you had of all the game winning shots, you know, the championships, you know, all the scrutiny he had before, you know, when he wanted to get traded or when he wanted to go to the Clippers. I mean, I know you remember that when he wanted to get traded to the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then obviously, thank God it didn't happen. You know what I mean? But you just, seeing all that, and then he entered the league at like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah,
and
that's
he started at 18, and like you practically see this kid, 20 years later. So you practically saw the kid from 18 all the way to I'm not sure what age he
I
retired.
think it was like 36, 37.
36.
Yeah.
And you just see this whole like every chapter of life. He succeeded and then how long kept succeeding even after Shaq. You know what I mean? Got Powell.
Yeah.
After Powell, obviously it didn't. Obviously the last couple of years wasn't so good just because he had the knee injury, the Achilles. And it was before that. Is that when he had the back spasms too?
Yeah, his back, and then that's when he went to like. That's when he started going to like Germany or some shit and started getting like worked on over there with his miracle serum.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that because I think A-Rod ended up going to that same doctor too.
Yeah.
I forgot what injury for A-Rod, but yeah, I remember that. But yeah, like I said, man, it was just a terrible day, man. I mean, it still is. Like today, I'm watching the NBA on TNT and just seeing Shaq and like Jerry West, kind of just break down. Like it's tough, man.
Yeah, and like like you said, like I brought up earlier too, like we seen him grow up, like the 17-year-old to 36-year-old, like that's what we knew him, like 20 years. We're 25 going on 26, like
yeah. It's just crazy. Like obviously, for us, because we're the same age, we from the earliest I can remember him was like I think 2004 or 5ish is when it like became clear that this is my guy.
Yeah.
And like obviously you see those series he had like with the Suns in the playoffs and stuff like that. It's like memories like that you just don't forget, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I had my cousin Chris on, and he's a Magic fan, so he was like, he was just like, like going up against the Lakers, and he's like, this is when like Dwight was Defensive Player of the Year, like just on a roll, and he's on that just seeing Kobe dunk on him, and it's like he's like just seeing him like take over, like. Cause like Bynum and Powell didn't do shit. Like Kobe had to take over. Like
yeah.
And that was the thing. Like Kobe was not gonna let you win. Like he was gonna do everything in his power to, carry everything.
Yeah, and it's true. Like I mean, you see like those shooting spurts. Like as soon as he like just gets one going, it's just unstoppable.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, I know, and then watching the 60-point game, like,
oh my gosh,
just seeing him, like, he was tired. He was fucking done. Like, with 5 minutes left, like, you see in his eyes, like, fuck, dude, like, am I really doing this? Like, am I? Because, dude, that game was over. Like, that game, like,
sure.
They were down, like, 15 points with, like, 5 minutes left. And then he hits a 3, takes it to 12, and then he just goes off. Like,
I think that's when people need to start to realize, like, the team we have right now, like, we've been going through some struggles these last 4 or 5 years.
Yes,
like it's been bad, but it's like you could just tell right when I don't know what timeout, how much time there was. You could just see him like just sitting down, deep breathing. Like,
dude, like he was like, and he was just like shaking his head, like. Damn, like, I gotta go back out. Like, I gotta do this.
It's just, I don't know, man. Just then when he hit that last shot to pretty much seal the deal, it's just like, oh man, it's just like I said, like, but the thing is, like, he has so many games like that. It's just like it just became like almost like a normal thing to people to see from him.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, and he's a global icon. Like everyone knows him. Like
Yeah.
just that he had his hand in everything, and NBA and soccer, and and anything you could think of. He had people inspired by him, wanting to talk to him. He was the biggest thing. Like LA was his town. Like he was the biggest celebrity in the room. Everyone wanted to talk to him.
He had like that second, the tier of like Magic, because Magic is just that. He has that personality that just attracts people. Like you want to be around Magic.
Yeah.
And like Kobe had that too, but it was like in his own like grimy, where like he had swag, but he knew like he was a shit. Like, but at the same time, like you could still come up to him and have a friendly conversation with him.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and then yeah, I mean, talking to Chris, he was he was just like, yeah, I mean, everyone was Sunday. Everyone was a Laker, Laker fan. Like, and shoot, like, all you can do is just respect Kobe. Like, he changed so much, and I mean, you see Gigi, how she was gonna be the next coming. Like, she was working her way up. Like, she was a little baller. Like.
Yeah, man, it's just like you saw her, like just the work that she was putting in so far in, and you could just tell like Kobe was like fully invested in like obviously her game and the sport, just for like the WNBA as well. Like you could tell right away he was fully supported, well, as he should be, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I don't know, just seeing his daughter, just like you could just kind of tell like, oh, he was ready for that life, that chapter in his life, with everything else he had going on. It was just cool, just in the making of like a little Mambacita,
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean,
it's tough, man. You know what I mean? Like what Jerry West said earlier, like it's gonna take a while. Like him himself said that he's not gonna that he's probably never gonna forget about it. And I think the same for a lot of people. It's one of those like players that you kind of think of Kobe. And when he retired, you kind of like had this general idea that in the second chapter, he was going to live to like, obviously 60, 70 plus years.
Yeah.
And like, you just saw him just get started after he retired, he got into that film business. He did that, I think it's called Dear Basketball, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously he won the Oscar for that one,
Yeah. And then he like put out like a kids podcast, and was like working on like kids TV shows, and
then he recently did the Mamba for the school, the basketball team.
Yeah,
Mamba something? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, the team.
Like, you got, and then obviously earlier on when he invested in that energy drink, I think it's called the Body Armor.
Oh yeah, Body Armor. Yeah.
Yeah, he invested in that early on, and then that skyrockets, and he's making like $100 million off of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, just like my dad said, like he was real smart with his money. Like he didn't spend it on like flashy shit. Like you never seen him like with a chain or like some fucking Balenciaga. Like just like he was never that guy. Like he was business. Like when it came to basketball, it was business. Like.
Yeah, and it's like you hear stories like, I don't know if you heard the story yet with Corey Maggette, about him like trying to get like some practice in with him. I guess he was telling a story where I guess he I don't know the exact word for word, but I remember Corey Maggette I guess wanted to train with him one day, and I guess they had agreed on a time, which was like 6 a.m. And I guess when Corey was pulling up at 6 a.m., I guess Kobe was already leaving the parking lot.
Oh.
And then I guess he was hopping into his car. He just smiled and smirked at him. He said, "You got to get earlier than that, young buck."
yeah. That's what I think it was me and Blocker type. Like he was always the first one in. Like and that's why he wanted to be more of a dad, family man. Like the second part, because look at what he did through his whole NBA career. Like he worked the hardest, and it showed. Like he was gonna outwork you. He was gonna outsmart you. He knew little like flaws in your game, and the dude, the third point guard, he knew the flaw in his game. Like he scouted everyone. Like he didn't care who you were. He scouted you.
And I think I think what people, I guess, relate so much to Kobe is that obviously, he always said it himself. Like when you put in the work, things work out. And I think that just not only like prescribes obviously not just in basketball. I think just in life in general.
Yeah.
And like obviously in anything you do, like obviously for instance, like if you have dreams, obviously you work hard for it, and then obviously when times you do get hard, you still work at it. Things will come good out of it. And obviously, obviously all of us are not gifted enough, to have, the skill to play basketball or have, the opportunity to play basketball as their job. But I think, he related so much to not only like the blue collar people, but just everyone in general. I mean, obviously he's a global icon, like you said, like, people from China, the Philippines, they all love Kobe, man.
Yeah.
Even like soccer too. Like he, at one point, honestly, I feel like he made soccer cool. Like honestly. Like when he had like, it was like around the area where he had like I think it was like '08 when they had like the hyper dunks come out.
Yeah, his when he started talking about like, I wanted to inspire these off of soccer cleats. Like,
yeah, there you go. Oh, and by the way, I was super jealous of you when you had the all red, or the cardinal ones for when we had in basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got those hyper dunks, I was super jealous, bro.
And then I let Block borrow him, and then that's when they fucking broke into his house.
And then, because I remember, I think that year is when you guys had gotten the team shoes, right?
Yeah, we couldn't wear them, or I forgot. Like I could wear them, but I forgot what coach
said. Was it just
said.
like home games or what?
It was some. I don't know. I think it was only when we wore the card. I forget. Coach V was weird.
But anyways, like I was saying, like, anyway, back to that. Yeah, I was hella jealous. But anyways, like I was saying, like, I don't know, like, in some instances like that, like, he was always, like, a real big fan of soccer. And I think he was a big fan of tennis as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, obviously, like, like, him having the mentality that he has, just prescribes in these other, sports. And they just, they just feed it off of it. But it's just, Kobe was just on another level that I guess people just didn't realize, man.
Yeah, he was... Yeah, he was something else. Like, shoot, like I said, he was gonna outwork you. He was gonna do anything. Like he was never gonna give up. Like his whole thing was, if you love something, work hard at it. Like,
yeah, of course, man.
And just nail down. Like this is what you're gonna do. Love it. Like, make it everything.
And then it's just crazy, like how such smart of a guy he was, dude. Like.
Yeah.
His knowledge was just on like another level. Like, I mean, how many total languages did he learn? Like, I think it was like 5.
Yeah, something like because English, Spanish, Italian. I think he was talking to whatever Doncic speaks. He was talking to him in his language.
Just to talk smack.
Yeah.
And then I remember he used to always pick on Sasha. Remember Sasha?
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like stuff like that. It's just like the fact knowing that he like literally like just can just buckle down and just learn a new language. That's just on a whole level. That's just on. You don't hear that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And just to make it worse, like as a Kobe like attitude, where it's like he just wanted to speak, Slovenian to, Luka just to talk smack. That's you just gotta love that about him.
Jeez.
So what about you, man? How are you feeling that Sunday?
Dude, like I woke up and I think I had already had a missed call from Block, because I woke up maybe like 10-15 minutes after it happened, and I had already had a missed call from Block. And so like I was like, what the hell? Like, and so like I just hop on Twitter and like looking at everything, and like started to see why Block called. And I was just like, I can't call Block back. Like, there's no way. Like, I was already like, what the hell, dude? Like, and yeah, just seeing like, and like I was saying, I've been saying all through the podcast, like, I didn't want to believe it. Like, I went straight to Kobe's Twitter. Like, there's no way this is happening. Like, and yeah, his last tweet was congratulating LeBron. And I was just like, damn, dude. Like, and then just seeing all like the tributes, like the one like I put on Twitter and Instagram, like seeing the Spurs and Raptors like do it first with the 24-second clock. Like, I was just like, damn, dude. Like that just, I was fucking bawling.
Yeah, man. It was rough, man.
But yeah, shoot, like you see, like Kobe was everyone's MJ now. Like he was that one. Like everyone wanted to be like him. Like a lot of people now just because with Steph like changing the 3-pointer, like it was like, oh, like everyone's playing like Steph. Like no, like it's still Kobe. Like Kobe, like who, like everyone works as hard as, like everyone wants to work as hard as Kobe. Like everyone's put that much work in to be the best, and like yeah, just it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just full, just a mix of emotions. Just cause like it's like you want to remember him, but like I say, just like how we spoke about him, just living, cause and me personally, like the way I saw Kobe after he retired is like I saw him as a guy that obviously was going to succeed in the second chapter of his life.
Yeah, whatever he did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after, like obviously when he got the Oscar, and then after that, obviously he was obviously into like business and other projects they had going on. And obviously, you kind of like noticed that he kind of was breaking it down. Obviously, with his daughter, he was spending more time with his daughter on her basketball game. And the way I portrayed like Kobe is like I saw this guy as like he was always going to be that legend, like that Bill Russell. Bill Russell's still alive to this day.
Yeah.
I saw him as like that, like he was going to live that long and just like see the greatness of that next person carry on. Like I saw him as like he was going to be like MJ, where like he was going to own like a franchise, whether it be with the Lakers or somewhere else.
Yeah.
But like I just saw him to be that figure, and just for him to obviously pass away at 41 years old, like it was a gut puncher, man.
Yeah, way too early. Like Vince Carter right now is like, didn't he just turn 21, 42? Like that's crazy. Like
yeah,
and
man.
Vince Carter's still in the league, like, and
I mean, that kind of goes show right there. If Vince Carter's still in the league, for sure Kobe is way in the league.
Yeah, but yeah, like we said in that 60-point game, like you just see like he was just like, I'm giving it my all right now. This last game, like I'm going out on top. Like I don't care.
It was like no hesitation either. Like even Byron Scott came up to him. He's like, "Still got another?" I think he said like 6 minutes. He's like, "Absolutely." Like no hesitation, bro. Like it's just that's like you can't. It's like there's never gonna be another guy with that same mentality, that same type of attitude, man.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna find it, dude.
Well, and then with like Chris Broussard was saying, like he believes like Kobe's the last one that's gonna have 5 rings, like because you figure like LeBron and Steph are the only ones behind him with 3, like in the league, like, and like LeBron maybe will get 2 with the Lakers, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
And who knows, like, and then KD with 2, like and then with people switching teams nowadays, like how many times they're switching around, like I think he's like there won't be another like 5-ring champion. Like
I honestly don't even believe there's gonna be another 3P, man.
No, yeah, for sure not. Heck no. Like
I mean, it was obviously. The last person was obviously the Golden State, and obviously, that series turned out. But it's like, and LeBron could have had one too. But
yeah,
I honestly believe Chris Broussard, man. It's like I feel like he was him, and obviously LeBron, because LeBron's already on his way out too. It's like I really don't feel like there's gonna be like another similarly like Kobe, like how you say, like 5 championships.
Yeah, no way.
To be that dominant, obviously the 5 rings, the 17, 18, all-star appearances. Like, it's just, I just don't see it, man.
Yeah. To be the best player on your team and to have 5 rings on that team, being the best player on the team. Like, there's no way. Like,
it's just like, and then I think he lasted, the 90s, obviously the late 90s, all the 2000s.
Yeah.
pretty much almost half of of like the 2010s.
Yeah, he was still in like that beat 'em up era where
Yeah.
like it wasn't shooter friendly. Like
Hmm.
you got hurt, like there was injuries like going down the lane and
It was just so crazy too, like how like him and Shaq emerges. Like Shaq obviously the Lakers signed him off when he was a free agent with the Magic,
hmm,
and it's like that was the same year that they drafted Kobe.
yeah.
And it's like people don't I guess I don't think people realize Shaq going into that situation like he didn't know who Kobe was, man.
No, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't know that he was going to obviously be this all time great player.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was just signing obviously because it's L.A. Jerry West, and Jerry West is his resume is always known for getting all the best free agents.
Yeah.
And obviously it took off from there, man. But it's just like I said, man. It's just too many things that happen in this NBA career. And obviously outside too, it's just like you see them like grow every single year.
Yeah.
And it's like the early stage, obviously that's when he was Shaq, and obviously when he was like obviously not starting, then became a starter. The dunk competition, the All-Star games, and it's like you saw him grow little by little. Obviously when he had his problems with Vanessa and all that stuff, and it just you could tell like right away he grew every single year. You could see him like getting better and better.
Yeah.
Better. Obviously the championships, the through like 4 years before he got Powell. After that, another back-to-back. It's just like, yeah, but at that time, like when he was struggling for a couple of years, like I really feel like no one ever still doubted him. Like I feel like they always thought like, okay, he's still gonna get another one. He's still gonna get another one.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean even when we sucked, I was just like, Kobe's gonna get it. He'll make it happen.
It's just like he had that power. You know what I mean? It's like it's just I don't know, man. This guy was like he just had a sense of like presence, like in any room, like you could just sense his presence. Like, and then I think I heard another interview like on TNT where he felt like if he was like a crowd of people talking really loud, like Kobe had that personality where like he could talk to you with a normal voice and it feels like you guys are just two in the room. Like that's how crazy it is.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it sucks, man.
But oh shit. Yeah, I know. And then like I've asked everyone like like it's crazy, but like how long, like not in a bad way, but like how long is this gonna go on? Like everyone's heartbroken. Like how long will? And I mean, shoot, for like All-Star game, they're gonna do something, and like the Laker home games, and like I mean, even right now, like on TNT, how they had just a little banner like remembering Kobe, like.
It's like I mean I think that game on Friday is gonna be crazy, dude.
Yeah, the first, yeah, well, yeah, like, and you figured like it's a good thing they did cancel the Lakers and Clippers because that was just way too close, like to have something like to have a game like that, like, and
I think what's getting me the most right now too is like you see all the players like their post and then you see all the videos and stuff like that. It's a really hard time right now. Like it's hard just to like just kind of like okay rest in peace and move on to the next day. Like I've literally been thinking about this stuff till this very minute. Like I just still been thinking about like all the stuff what happened before he passed. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, yeah, just seeing like bringing it back to the 60 point, like just seeing how happy he was, like,
Yeah, man.
Like at the beginning of the game, like his big ass smile, and at the end of the game, like thanking everyone, like, and it was shit, like it's just yeah.
Yeah, man. Just like, and then it's just crazy. Like you get that feeling. It's like when you got the news, like it just felt like it was like a family member. Like suddenly you felt like you knew for so long that just like completely shattered. That you're not gonna hear or see him like ever again. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
and
that's
I think that's what hurts the most. I think everyone's feeling the same exact way, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Like whether you're, I mean, just being a fan of the NBA, like no matter what team you like you knew of Kobe, you like respected him, whether you like didn't like him because he wasn't on your team, but you respected him. Like you knew who he was, like what he did, and like his history. Like you knew everything about him, like whether or not you were a fan.
And it was kind of, it's funny. It's kind of funny that you say like, like everybody knew who Kobe was. It's like even my mom and dad knew Kobe. Like,
Yeah,
my mom and dad are like 100% like Mexican as fuck, bro. Like,
that
they came to the States. They didn't watch a lick of like sports at all. Like
yeah.
all they were watch, honestly, if it was on like just either soccer or boxing. And like they even texted me and they were like, "Hey, did you hear about Kobe?" I was just like,
Yeah,
that's crazy to me, dude.
that's what I was telling Block. Like I'm yeah, everyone knew who Kobe was. Like your Thea from Mexico. Like I was telling Block, like anyone, like everyone knew who he was. Like whether or not you watched the NBA, like he was a global icon. Like you heard about him in some way or form. Like
So let me ask you, like, what if you had to pick, like, I don't know, I'm sure you can't pick one, but if you had to pick like a handful of like moments or like times in his career, whether it be basketball or not, like what sticks out to you like as
um. I remember, I forgot I don't know what year it was, but watching, it was Laker and Kings,
one?
and it of course against the Kings, I guess against anyone from their conference, Lakers just forget how to play basketball. So I'm watching the game, and it's like the Lakers, of course, down by 2 with like 5 seconds left or whatever. And it's when Kobe hits that like tiptoe, like his heels aren't touching the floor, and he's like tiptoeing, like fading away, hitting a three. I
Yeah.
just remember that shit so vividly every time. Like that, and then just the shot over the Suns, like,
Oh yeah, that was a great
and
memory, dude.
oh my god, dude, like there's just so many, dude, like. And just watching the finals at Coach V's house, like Lakers
Oh
Celtics,
yes, I was gonna get into that too.
like like and I mean Lakers Celtics, like that, like, and any like Kobe was the NBA during all those years. Like we had LeBron, we had KD, we had what, like, there was always Kobe. Like Kobe was always right there. Like he never went away from the spotlight. Like
Yeah, man. The Suns one, yeah, that's one of my favorites. I think early on that was a really good one. My favorite of all time. I wouldn't even say of all time. I think one of my top favorites, obviously, the Achilles one when he got up. I don't know, something about that moment, like to have like the will and the power, just to, just after knowing you've torn your Achilles,
oh
and
yeah.
and then like walking to the bench and then walking back to the free throw line, shooting two, and then walking to the locker room. Like, I don't know, man. If that doesn't give you chills, or that does, if you don't like give your respect to Kobe after that, like I don't know what to say after that, man.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I know, yeah. That was that, like, he you seen him, like, it's tore. Like and then he was
Yeah,
just
like,
like, I'm gonna shoot
you could,
these and get the hell on.
yeah,
Like
you could tell right away. That one too. I would say I'll tell you a couple of mine. Obviously, that one. When he went on like that four or five game streak where he dropped in like 50.
oh yeah.
That was just unreal. And then I think when he dropped 60 at the Garden, that was a dope one for me. Which other one? Did you like the one where he had the game win over D Wade?
Oh yeah. Was that he was like
the,
running across banking, or
Yeah, he was running across, and then he finally got at the pretty much at the top middle of the key
Yeah.
at the 3 point, and he just shot it up, and it ended up being a bank.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Like,
That one sticks out to me. Which other one? Obviously, like you said, the last finals, because the reason why I like that one a lot is that towards the end, obviously, when he talked about about the seriousness and that, like he said, and then what he said, like the reason why he loved this one the most is because for one, it was against the Celtics, and then two, it was because it was the hardest one.
yeah.
And only in Kobe fashion, he would be the only one that you would hear say like that's the reason why he liked it the most. It was the hardest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man. Like to lose, like a global icon and a legend in that aspect, and it sucks, man, because we're not gonna be able to see him, when he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, and you can't really predict anything anymore because he was just really barely getting started in his second chapter in life.
Yeah. Oh shit, but yeah, man. Thanks for being on. Do this again sometime.
Yeah, I didn't know you were starting a sports podcast, man.
Yeah, I had my first little episode. I was just talking. I don't even know what the hell the first one was about, but it was just like kind of on the fly, like. But yeah, this one I was just like, all right, this one I'm just gonna talk Kobe. Like, I'm already an hour and 46 minutes in, so this is gonna be a long one.
I'd love to get on, man. Whether it be just NBA, NFL, baseball, whatever the topic is. Yeah, I'm pretty well rounded.
yeah. That's what. Yeah, I mean, I was starting like this is the second episode of it, so yeah, I mean, going more into the NBA, like, and that's what I was kind of waiting for too, is like the NBA. I wish, and then yeah, of course, when the NFL comes back around and start talking more about all that, but.
Fantasy football, anything, really. Let me know.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. Thanks for being on. Take care, and then hit you up later, bro.
All right, man. I just like to say thanks for having me on, man. Hopefully we'll do this in the future. To everyone, Kobe was an icon. Never forget Mamba Forever and go Lakers.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
All right, then, bro.
All right, man.
All right. And that was Eddie. My last guest just called me, so let's get him on the phone right quick. Be right back. All right, we have our next guest on the phone. My cousin Steven, a longtime Laker fan, Kobe fan, everything Lakers. Gotta say hello, Steve.
What up?
But yeah, shoot, we're an hour and 40 minutes into the pod. I've been calling everyone, just getting their thoughts and everything on, the whole shit that happened with Kobe. How, like, I asked, like, Eddie right before, like, how long did you cry? Because I was fucking bawling, dude, like, all morning.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It took a while to hit me.
Like, I was just seeing everything, like, no way, dude, like, no way. And then, yeah, it just started to set in, and then.
Yeah, like, when I first seen the reports, I was like, oh, it's TMZ, it's just a hoax, like, it ain't nothing big. And then, like, all the other reports started coming in, and then, yeah, man, I think it just finally settled in. Yeah, I mean, I cried. I couldn't do anything about it. That was my idol right there growing up. Like, a lot of us didn't have no one to look up to. Like, that's who, that was our idol. That's who we looked up to. That's who we strived to be right there.
Yeah, dude, from 96, he went in the league 96. Like, he's a little 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, and then just blew up, erupted, and took over the whole NBA.
Yeah. And yeah, he was like everyone in the league right now, like, that's their Jordan. Like, Kobe's their.
The equivalent.
of this star, like this idol, this like everyone wanted to work as hard as him, but nobody could. Like he just had that mentality to
Yeah,
I'm
that is the Mamba mentality. He was gonna outwork you no matter what you thought you could do. He was gonna double it.
yeah, like I was saying like he scouted everyone. Like he knew what the weakness of the third point guard is. Like he knew what like your weakness. He knew everyone's weakness, and he was gonna expose you like no matter what.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was gonna pinpoint whatever it is that he could, and he was just gonna jump on it.
And yeah, like he there was no way you were gonna beat him, and that I think that's what put him over Jordan. Like in my eyes, like he, no matter what the game was, he wasn't gonna let you win. He was gonna find a way. He was gonna expose a weakness and just find a way to beat you. Like outwork you,
Yeah,
outsmart you. Like you can see on the court, he was a floor general. He knew what spot to get to.
yeah. He was the epitome of hard work. Like he knew talent can only take you so far.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the most talented person out there, but without the hard work and the dedication, you ain't never gonna be anyone or do anything with it.
Yeah, he was never the tallest, never the strongest, but he will take you.
That work ethic, man. That's what too. Like that's what hit home so hard was like even just going beyond a basketball player, his
Yeah.
mindset, like his dedication to life, how he knew like I'm gonna do everything in my power to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, I take that to heart too. Is it's more than just basketball. Like it's the way he lived his life.
Yeah, and dude, he knew what to say like during all his speeches. Like he just like he was so intelligent. Like knew what to say, like how to
Yeah,
say
like
it.
people don't even realize that. Like they just see oh Kobe, like oh yeah, he's good at basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like man knew languages on languages.
Yeah,
Like he knew what he was doing. He was a businessman. Like look at all the money that he was making after. Like
yeah,
everything he was pursuing.
yeah. And like my dad said, like he even when he was in the league, he never bought like flashy shit. Like he wasn't like gonna like buy a chain and like show off and shit. Like he was in the gym. He was like
Oh yeah,
work.
that was it. It was all work. He knew he's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I can rest when my life's over. Like
Mhm.
I can't rest in the middle now that I made it.
Yeah.
I have to build on that, and I have to keep going. I have to keep striving. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like I don't know, man. That's the Mamba mentality. Like and then just the way he went. Like he was like I'll say it, he was getting ready for the second act of his life,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and then not only that, like on top to have his daughter right there with him when all that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And like it was just a normal Sunday. Like all right, let's go to practice. Go to these games. Like
Yeah, going to this facility that he built for women or girls to
yeah.
go and play basketball.
Yeah. And yeah, we had like and like my dad said, like he wasn't a perfect person. Like he had his mistakes, but he learned. I was always, doing like
Yeah,
he wasn't
yeah. I mean,
perfect.
no one's perfect. Everyone's
Yeah.
at fault for something in their life. I mean, especially too when you're an icon like that, everything's gonna get exposed. Everything's
Mhm.
gonna get blown up and on media and like a lot of people like to bash him for that, but it was a mistake in his whole illustrious career.
Yeah.
He had that mistake, and yeah, no mistakes here and there, but it's like it's not your mistakes don't define you. It's how you react to them and how you grow from them and how you build on them.
Yeah, he built so much. Like he did so much for LA, for anyone's life he touched. Like everyone went to LA to see Kobe. Like
Yeah, I mean that was LA. Like Kobe, that is LA. Like
yeah.
I have a couple of friends that live over there in LA, and they even said like, man, it's just not the same right now.
Yeah.
Like LA took a hit.
Yeah, that's what my cousin Chris is saying. His brother goes to school out there, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, like the streets are dead. Like you just feel it. Like it.
Yeah, man, it's just a tragedy. I mean, not only that, like all the other families involved too. Like,
Everyone like that. Yeah, like 9 people. That like first it was like it's like the five, and then
yeah,
like
the reports,
hearing.
and then little by little. But yeah, man, I just it's shocking the way it happened.
Yeah,
Like everyone talking about, like Shaq said earlier on his interview thing. Like he knows all the old basketball players now because that's what they are. They're old basketball players.
mm-hmm.
They're still around the league. Like they were able to see the game evolve as they're growing. Like, and now, I mean, this happens on such an iconic basketball star.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it really hit home, man. That was our idol. That was who we looked up to.
Yeah.
I mean, he was more than basketball. I know it was a sport, but that sport kept a lot of us out of trouble. That sport kept us going.
Yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, like we're 26, 25, 26. Like he was in the league for 20 years. Like that's
It's our
our
lifetime.
lifetime. Like
Like, I know we're a little older, but by the time you figure out, like, talking, walking, like, knowing basketball, like, that was the dude right there. That's who it was.
Yeah. Like and yeah, just seeing him like I mean and you hear all the stars now like yeah, Kobe did this for me. Kobe did that for me. Like he wasn't afraid to share his knowledge. He wasn't like
Oh, yeah, that was the biggest thing. Like, he contacted LeBron that night, like, as soon as it happened, like, he was there to, like, spread the wealth. Like, he was happy the game's evolving. Like, people are surpassing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, I know throughout his career he was egotistical. Like everyone assumed, oh, it's all about me. But it's just that mindset that he had.
Yeah, he was like, well, if no one's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like
yeah, like someone had to do it, and he's like, it's gonna be me. No one's gonna take that spot from me.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as like towards the end of the career, especially like his last year and then retiring, everyone started to see like, okay, the fun side of Kobe.
Yeah, like his going away
but
tour.
That's what it is. Like, that's just who he was. Like, if it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yeah, he wasn't.
That's what I took from him. Like, it's time to work. It's time to work. I'm gonna work my ass off, and I'm gonna get where I need to get.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's still. I mean, like, I don't even like to watch a lot of it because I'm still just like in shock.
Yeah.
Like how.
Yeah, like I just called Vic and was trying to get him. He's like, I can't even. I haven't even like looked at anything. Like he's like, it's still too close. Like I'm like hurt. Like
yeah, like I see a lot of like the videos and like I'll get on social media and see them, but like even my wife's like, oh, did you see this? Did you see this? It's like, nah, I don't really want to see that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, like I hate to skip over it because it's Kobe, but I'm just like I can't watch it. Like it's like
but I mean the good thing is though it's nothing but wonderful stories about him, what he's done for everyone, and how he's contributed to their life, and I mean that's the good part.
Yeah.
But still, just like damn, like throwing a little paper now into the trash can saying Kobe, that's gonna hit different now. Like
and then playing the 24 now instead of 21.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I'll be down to do that. I was just thinking too. I was like, man, like going and watching my nephews play basketball. I was like, I want to get back into a little rec league or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially now, like just get out there and ball. Like
yeah, dude. True. We grew up with basketball. Like honestly, Kobe's one of the reasons we all watched it. Like
literally, that was a big thing, especially in our family. Like for all of us, that was all of us. That was like one thing we all shared: basketball, Kobe. Like
yeah.
I mean that was
Yeah, like whether then like my cousin Chris, I had him on earlier. Like he's a Magic fan, and like he was just like, yeah, dude, like going up against Kobe in those finals, like this was
But I mean, that's the
when
fun of
Dwight.
it.
This is when Dwight was at like peak, like defensive player of the year. He's on, and Kobe just goes in there and throws it down on him, like.
Yeah, like nothing. They took that. They took it to him, man. But that's what he was.
Yeah, like.
I'm gonna find your best player. I'm gonna figure out who it is you guys depend on, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go just kill his soul, kill his spirit.
Yeah. And like, yeah, like no matter what team you liked, you respected Kobe. Like, yeah, you could not like him because he wasn't on your team was going against him, but you respected Kobe. Like, you seen what he
Well,
put
yeah,
up. You
that's what it is. Is like, fuck, I hate this dude because he's so
Yeah.
fucking good. Like, who was it? Vince Vaughn that says to Ron Burgundy, like, I hate you, but goddamn it, do I respect you? That's just what it is.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
like,
like, and yeah, I mean, even Bill Simmons, the biggest Celtic fan, like he was hurt. Like, I mean, not even like as a sports commentator, like as a Boston fan, like
yeah,
you see Doc Rivers, like how much he was crying, like.
yeah, man, that's a brotherhood right there.
Yeah,
Like,
like the media,
I mean,
everyone. Yeah, the media.
like,
everyone.
even though, like, as a person, like, I mean, I never met Kobe. I didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
him.
yeah.
He wasn't like my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like just watching him being that figure to look for, like
Yeah.
to look at.
He was on your TV whenever they played. Like,
Yeah, like, that's what it was. Like, that's people develop their mindset after him.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like I said. Even now, it's just like I don't think it's fully set in yet.
yeah. I know. I'm still like waking up. Like, I'm waking up each day, like, and then like I'll like an hour into the day, like I'm like, damn, that's right. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I go to work and even the little students will bring it up, like, oh, you like the Lakers? Like, I have a Kobe bobblehead in my classroom. Right
yeah.
there. And oh yeah, that guy. Did you hear about him? And it's just
Oh,
like,
shit.
dang, like, yeah, it's. But I mean, even though seeing the younger kids too, like, they all know Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what it is. Like,
Yeah, because their
Yeah.
like their parents right now grew up with them. Like they see a jersey, they see like a poster, like someone has some type of Kobe memorabilia up. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can't go anywhere without it.
yeah, like, and I forget who said it, but like you can't tell the story of the NBA without Kobe. Like he was a milestone in the NBA. Like
Yeah, he took the torch from Michael Jordan,
mm-hmm.
and then now passed it on to LeBron, and he's like that connection there is like, who was the best? Was it Kobe and Jordan? Was it Jordan and LeBron? But Kobe was that middle piece to both of them.
Yeah, he connected the late 90s to the late 2000s, the 2010s.
Because
Just
Jordan and LeBron don't really have a connection like
no,
that.
yeah, no.
See, Kobe was that middle piece to both of them. He had that connection on both of them.
Yeah.
That's why, like, yeah, I mean, the NBA, like, I mean, obviously he's already retired, but basketball is, I mean, it ain't going to be the same anymore.
Mm-mm. And it's funny, like, I was just, I listened to this it was probably a couple weeks ago, and it was just, like, on Spotify, like, the hottest take. Like, it's the Off the Ringers podcast, and, one of the dudes was like, when Kobe was in the NBA, we never had any of these like tragedies happen. Like none of the I forget what they're bringing up. Like just different shit that was happening like around the world.
Yeah.
So like everything felt good when Kobe was in the NBA. Like everyone was together when Kobe, like all the wars and like different bullshit like that. Like
yeah, there was nothing going on. It was just
everyone's eyes are on
just
Kobe.
a time of peace. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was Laker Nation basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, man. I think too it's so unexpected because of everything going on in the world now.
Yeah.
Like with everything bad happening in the world, and then this happens, and it's just like it's just building on it and building on it, and then it hits different because of how it happened and the way it happened.
Yeah, and like Block is saying like shoot like it kind of brought everyone together. Like this tragedy brings people together. Like he's like just be respectful to everyone. Like shit, like live your life like good.
Yeah,
like
that was a message from like a lot of the analysts and like everyone speaking out was like, man, like forget everything. Like this is life. Like no one's not promised tomorrow, let alone later on in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the big thing that I think everyone takes away from it is just like you can have everything in the world. He was on top of the world.
Yeah, and just like
but I mean, if it's your time, it's boom, just like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why like I take it as like that was something I've been trying to work on, just having a positive mindset, and then as something like that happens, it just kind of instills in you like, you know what, like there's no room for hate.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, there's no room for hate. There's no room for holding grudges. Nothing like that. Like you just gotta live life and be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll still take a couple days though to actually sink in.
Yeah, and then I mean, like even that, like like all the memorials, like all the Laker home games, like like seeing right now on TNT, like the little banner, like remembering Kobe, like and the All-Star game.
Yeah, all the violations everyone's taking for the 8 and 24, like it's crazy.
Yeah. But,
man, I'm just still at a loss of words for it.
Yeah, for sure. But thanks for coming on.
Thank you, cuz. Appreciate it.
No problem, and I'll talk to you later, cuz. All right, thanks. Bye. But yeah, cousin Beckman, like I said, he grew up together watching Kobe, watching the Lakers. We tried to be Kobe. And like he said, just, I mean, sad enough, like this makes you want to be a better person. His death, seeing how he lived his life, and just be a better person. Don't hold grudges. Live positive, and Mamba mentality. Find what you love. Put your head down. Work through it. Work hard at it, and be a better person. But I know this is 2 hours, but I hope you guys found to listen to it all the way through and loved what my friends and family have to say. And give me some feedback. I send hug loved ones. Tell your family members you love them. Keep them close, because life's too short to be mad at something little, at something that happened 5 years ago, 2 years ago, even last week. Just life's too short. And thank you for listening. This has been an episode of Knyck Sports News. Mamba Forever. We love you, Kobe. We love you, Gianna. Prayers to the families of the victims of the crash, and see you guys next time. Thanks.